Hi, I'm Andy and welcome to the English Watch. Today I'm going to be talking to you about my Tudor Blackbay GMT. I have a few strap options. I have the Tudor leather strap and I have a crafter blue, black and red rubber strap. In this video, I'm going to show you my technique for removing bracelets from watches. I'm going to show you how the watch looks on both the bracelet, the leather and the rubber strap, and give you my opinions at the end. Now this is a new channel, so please put your comments after the video. I'm really looking forward to seeing what you guys think and how you think the content is. Perfect. So let's just remind ourselves about the watch. It's the Tudor Blackbay GMT. This came out at Baselworld in 2018 and builds on the prolific range that is the Blackbay, which seems to be Tudor's backbone. So I bought this on the steel bracelet. It's available with a NATO and a leather strap. The bracelet here has the fake rivets along the side, which some people take offence to. I'm personally not bothered. I don't really notice them. It has a nice flip-lock clasp with some nice polishing in there. This opens a bit easier than the Rolex clasp, but nonetheless is made really well. It's quite substantial. There is some micro adjustment on the clasp, albeit just 3 positions. And you'll need a strap tool, or I use a wooden toothpick to make the adjustments there so I don't scratch the edge. So this is the one with the Pepsi bezel. It's got the aluminium insert as opposed to the modern ceramics, so Tudor are sticking with the aluminium for now, and it's placed nicely to the vintage aesthetic where some of the indices are smaller than maybe you'd see on the other Blackbays and on the Rolex GMT. You can see the red GMT hand there, and it's currently saying it's 9 PM, so it's over here, it's pointing at the 21. Okay, let's just throw it on the wrist and see what it's like. Okay, here you go. My wrist is 6 3/4 inches. And it wears quite nice. There's a nice balance to this watch. The head's nice and substantial, the bracelet nicely weighted, and I have no problems wearing this with a suit or a jacket or casual. I think it goes to most occasions. So what we're going to do is look at the alternatives. So in the left hand corner we have the factory Tudor brown leather strap. This comes with the Tudor deployant, and again nice high quality deployant. This strap has some Alcantara style inside there, which fits nicely on the wrist, nice and comfortable. Lots of adjustment, and on my wrist I'm in the 3rd from the end, so that's quite nice. So I was smack in the middle, so this is perfect for me. Has a couple of keepers, one's fixed, one's moving. Snaps down with some nice ceramic pushers again, and clips in shut. So I like this, it's a very high quality strap. Okay, in the right corner the contender is this crafter blue rubber strap. Now I bought this online. Came in this nice bit of packaging all the way from Hong Kong. It comes with a mini strap tool. I won't be using that because that's probably made of low quality steel and will probably damage the watch, so I'll put that to one side. A couple of spring bars, a nice product card explaining what the guarantee is. I can't imagine anyone's ever going to claim on that, but it's nice to include something in there. And here we have the rubber strap. So this one I went for was the black outer with the red inner. So this is a nice supple rubber strap. It's got a whiff of vanilla about it, which a lot of non-OEM straps do, but it's not overpowering, it's certainly not offensive. Lots of adjustment, so we'll see when it goes on there on the watch that it's quite high quality and fits rather nicely. And this model is the TD01. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take off the steel bracelet using my methods. These may be the same as yours, they may not be. This is what I use. I'd love to hear your comments, so please make any references in the comments afterwards. I'd love to hear what everyone else does and the trials and tribulations of watch changing without making any damage to your lugs, which is always the secret. Some people aren't bothered, some people like the fact that they're marking their watches as some sort of badge of honour. Personally, I like to keep them nice. These are expensive items and I want to keep them nice. I don't baby them, but I certainly don't go out of my way to damage them either. So what I would normally do is tape up my lugs, so using some polyamide tape. So this I got from Amazon, it's quite cheap. It's very durable tape this. You can use electrician's tape, but I find that deforms a bit and the spring bars can push it to side. So I'm going to use the polyamide tape. So what I'm going to do is tape the watch up and then I'll come back to you. Okay, so we're back and we've taped up the lugs. Now again, just to reiterate, this is my method. I've watched numerous videos of strap removal. This is the method that I've gravitated to and it's the one I tend to stick to. Now if I'm in a rush, I admit I will try and do it without taping it. And up until now I've been pretty lucky. Now I'm not suggesting that anyone tries their luck on these, because once you scratch it, believe me, you cannot get that out unless you're very good with a Dremel and a bit of polish. So I advise taking care. Now what we're going to use to remove the bracelet is this spring-loaded tool here. So this was obtained from Amazon. It's around £10. What I'll do is I'll put the link in the description to guide you to where those are, and you can buy them for yourself. You can use a normal strap tool. So this is the Bourgeon strap tool, which I will use as well for the leather and the rubber. This is a high quality item. It has the sort of forked end, but I find that trying to dig out the bracelet with these is a bit more difficult, so I tend to go with this one. So what we're going to do, we're going to start by finding the spring bars in the end. So what I'll do is I'll just zoom in so you can see the windows in here where the spring bars are. We're going to position the spring bar tool carefully into the windows. Then we're going to compress and then it comes straight out. This part of the bracelet comes away, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull out the pin, and the end link, albeit solid, does detach, so we'll put those to one side. It's now much easier to do the second side because the bracelet's not in the way, which is a bit of a joy. Okay, so let's go again. Carefully into the window. There we go. And what I'm going to do is just apply a bit of upward pressure with my finger behind the watch. Let's try that again. There we go, and as it pops. And again, let's pull out the pin and the solid end link. I take those out because if you don't, it will fall out on its own and you'll lose it. Let's put that one side. Okay, the bracelet is now off. So what we're going to do is just remove the tape because I don't need that anymore. So first things first, we're going to use the brown leather. So this is advertised as the Black Dial Terra di Siena brown leather strap. And then we need the spring bars. So put the Tudor spring bars in this Tudor strap. And we're not going to use the pliers, we're going to use my Bourgeon tool. And the long piece, because you want it to tuck away from yourself when it's on your wrist, needs to go at the 6 o'clock. So what we're going to do is we're going to locate the spring bar in the hole, such, and then using the fork end here, just depress the spring bar underneath the lug and then gently move it until you hear the reassuring click. You don't want it to fly out. There it goes, it's clicked in. There, nice and secure. Okay, now we take the other end, put the spring bar in, click, so there you go. Nice and secure. So all of a sudden you've transformed the look of this watch into, I think, a more casual but more classy and vintage feeling watch. So what do you think about this? This is a nice thick leather strap. It's got a nice cut edge, nice thick cut edge. I think it sets it off very nice. So what we're going to do is we're going to open it up and then just thread this end through the keeper. The pin will go in the hole there. Close it over. Throw it on my wrist. Push that down. And zoom out. And there you go. That fits really nice. Very, very comfortable. The bracelet is nicely weighted, to be sure, but this is other level comfortable. It's really soft. I mean, you can see that it does start to look a little bit distressed over time, but I find just buffing it with a microfiber regularly, don't get it too wet, take it off when you're doing the dishes, and it's kept quite nicely for a good 6 months so far. Very happy. Okay, right, next we're going to take this off and we're going to go for the rubber. So what I'm going to use for this to remove the leather strap is I've got this other tool here which has got a bit of a spade on the end, and this is a bit less pointy than the fork end of the Bourgeon tool. So a bit more of a blunt instrument, so it should help reduce the chance of damage. So we're just going to go in, and there we go. That pops out nicely. Same with this side. Just pop it under the lug. Obviously try not to damage it, and pops out nicely. Okay, so let's put the leather to one side and bring on the rubber. The Crafter Blue comes with its own spring bars. Now I advise you use the Crafter Blue spring bars. I've tried it with the Tudor spring bars and believe me, it will be an absolute pig to fit. The Tudor ones are a little bit thicker and it makes it quite difficult to locate, so use these, they're quite good quality, and you'll be fine. So let's just thread those in. And very similar to how we put the leather strap on, we're just going to locate the hole, push the rubber bit over there. Now that's quite secure now already. Now what I'm going to do is just use my Bourgeon, so get the fork end, push that down there underneath the lug, careful not to scratch it, and then give it a bit of a tug and a bit of a wiggle. There, it clicked in. Hope you heard that. Again, long piece at the 6 o'clock. So now we're going to put the smaller piece on. So I've loaded the spring bar. So let's just push that in like there. Okay, we're going to compress the spring bar into the lug, and I just heard it click, which is nice. There we go. Okay, now you can see that this strap fits very nicely. Very nice indeed. It contours the head of the watch, and underneath you can see it matches beautifully. Very well made. Okay, so let's throw it on the wrist. So as I said, there's lots of adjustment on here. There's just one movable keeper. And there we go. What do you think? So not quite as comfortable as the leather strap. And I have to say, if I've got a few complaints, it's that maybe the buckle's a bit big. I think this metal keeper is a little bit ostentatious for my tastes. I think you can get it in a black PVD. I've put a link to the website in the comments so you can go and find yourself. So let me just take this off and show you this buckle a bit closer. Quite big. Now I've tried finding other substitutes for this buckle, but sadly nothing else fits, so this one has to stay on. Okay, so these are your options: the steel, the leather, or the rubber. Which do you prefer? Again, comments please. I really want to know. I'm really interested. What do you think of this rubber strap? Do you see this as a watch for the beach, watch for the pool? I'm not so sure. Not so sure at all. Or do you see it more formal on the bracelet, or maybe more casual on the leather? So, summing up, what do I think? Well, I think the Tudor Blackbay GMT looks better on the leather strap. I do like it on the bracelet, and the bracelet does give it a formal presence, and it does look good with a suit. But I think the leather plays more to the vintage aesthetic of the watch. The rubber, for me, it's such a good quality strap, and it fits really nicely. But ultimately, I don't think it suits this watch desperately well. I think if you put it on a standard Tudor Blackbay or something similar, I think you'd better pull it off down the beach. But I think on the GMT, I think it's just a little bit too informal for the watch. So what I want to do is give that strap away, this Crafter Blue, black and red, to one of my subscribers, but we need to get the numbers up. I need to get the numbers up above 1,000. And once we do, I'll be posting it on my Instagram account @TheEnglishWatch, so please follow that, and I'll be giving this strap away to one lucky individual. So thanks for watching, tune in again soon, and take care. Goodbye now.